What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got some really cool stuff to show you at Blade HQ. I will be linking the new arrivals page and the coming soon page, anything else that I can down in the description so that you guys can take a look at this stuff yourselves without having to listen to my voice. But if you want to hear my commentary, I'm going to give it. There's a lot of cool stuff that has landed. Honestly, some of the stuff that has landed at Blade HQ here recently has just been mind-blowing. Periodically, I refresh new arrivals and coming soon, and it's just, wow, there's a lot happening. So hopefully you find something you like today. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Let's go right into the new arrivals page here, and we're going to take a look at a few things. So this knife right here, I'm going to tell you right now, I have it. It's pretty cool. It's weird in the sense that arc form is always weird, but I have this black one right here, and it's very, very well made. The Benchmade Bailout Axis Lock Knife Gray Titanium is, wow, $600. Okay. Okay, well, okay, hold on. I'd be lying to you if I said that I wasn't attracted to this knife, that I didn't think it was cool. That would be a lie, because I do think that the Bailout is a cool knife. I think it's substantially cooler than the Benchmade Bug Out, for example, right? Now, this is made in the United States. It's CPM M4. It's titanium. That is going to be expensive. For example, if you want a full titanium Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch, you'll pay about $650. That being said, that is a different knife that is made, in my opinion, with a lot more processes. I have to say my opinion, but I think it's pretty much my opinion is it's definitely factually the case. So they Benchmade, just like everything else they have in their line, they have this price too high. But boy, is it cool. Now, would it be tempting at $400? Oh yeah, it certainly would be. A lot of people think that it would be priced too high there. We have to remember, again, USA, inflation, right? I think $400 would have been a better price tag for that. I have the Baku liner lock. It is a liner lock, by the way. It's a recessed titanium liner lock. I'm sorry, it's a recessed steel liner lock with a titanium frame. It's an interesting knife. The profile is not for me, but if you like the profile, you will definitely like that knife. Absolutely. I also have this thing here, the Nest Street. I'm not sure why they have these budget versions priced as high as they do. $72.90 is not terrible, obviously, but there's nothing really special there, right? That should have been priced a little bit lower too. That's a cool version of the ProTech Emerson CQC7 for sure. I always like the FDE coated stuff. Definitely a cool looking knife there. We have, James Brand's doing pens now, huh? Pass. Riot XO M, this is the medium-sized version with, I think that's the Burl micarta. If you don't have one yet, I would jump on those because it looks like they're doing the small ones now, and whatever's left of these medium ones, I get the impression, just based on, I guess you could say, looking at weather patterns of past knife drops, they're probably going to migrate. Why all the weird weather terminology? They're probably going to migrate to the little ones for a bit before they go back and do anything else. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. If you don't have one yet and you want one, there's a couple right here that I think maybe you should go for. Rife knives, good-looking Scandi bushcraft knives, but that's not my expertise, so whatever, right? I can label them, and that's about it. The Piranha 21 tactical. How big are these? They're not as big as they seem. For some reason, I just assumed these would be gigantic, but no, they're actually quite small. 7.7 inches. Are these made in the USA? They are. Okay. Not for me. Not for me. But maybe for somebody. Nothing wrong with that. There's a Bounty Hunter UTX-70 right there. Have I ever seen a Bounty Hunter UTX-70? I'm honestly not sure. To be honest, I didn't know they made the UTX-70 in Bounty Hunter. SOCOM Bravos, incredibly cool knife, incredibly impressive knife. $496 is a lot of money for black. You can get the standard version for, I think, over $100 less still, and that would be my recommendation. Unless, of course, your favorite color is black, in which case, here you go. You got expensive taste, I guess. The black one is cool, and I own it, so I'm a hypocrite. I also own this regular version, so I'm a double hypocrite. But if you want my professional opinion, then just save some money and buy the regular one. The black's cool, but I don't know if, you have to really like it, right? Let's move on here. Let's move on. The Desert Warrior Godson, that was there for a bit and then was gone. If you'll just hold for a moment, the entire internet is shutting down. There we go. All right. The Benchmade Mini Adamas. This is the carbon fiber super duper whatever. It's obviously, this is cool, but this is a great example of like Benchmade has in a lot of ways like priced themselves out of demands. Not everywhere, right? I think a lot of people's perception of Benchmade is that they're like suffering financially and nobody's buying their stuff. It's not true at all. Benchmade has like certain knives that sell like consistently and all the time. But we have to remember, like us in this enthusiast corner of the knife world, we represent a very tiny part of it, right? So when we see stuff like this that is geared towards enthusiasts, the enthusiasts will turn their nose up at it, right? That's just us, right? This is obviously not being purchased by your regular Joe who's discovering Benchmade for the first time. No, they're picking up the standard, FRN Griptilian stuff like that, right? And that's a scary purchase at $130 or $140, whatever that thing is, right? But this type of stuff is just like their stuff that's geared towards enthusiasts isn't doing well right now, right? Their more expensive stuff is not hitting that more niche part of the community very well right now. And that's very true, right? Certainly. But I don't know that that's going to stop them. But they're certainly not the favorite brand right now when it comes to enthusiasts. So they're going to have to make adjustments to not their entire line, but in my opinion, the line that is catered towards us. The niche, the elites. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Comment Troodon or Troodon, however you want to say that. 6 Series Ultratech Hellhound, pretty cool. Bradford Guardian 4.2s. This is like the number one fixed blade I should own but don't. I don't know why. The Vosteed Valkyrie honestly looks pretty good as a little button lock. Oh, they have a bunch of raccoons. Guys, listen, right now, if you don't have a raccoon, right? If you do not, ask yourself, do I have a raccoon? Look at your collection. Do you have a raccoon? If the answer is yes, good. If the answer is no, my honest opinion is that you should buy one. The Vosteed Raccoon bar lock, in particular, the bar lock version, is one of the best budget EDC folding knives to ever exist. I said that correctly. You heard that correctly. This is one of the best budget knives to exist. It is wonderful. Why do I say that? Well, come along with me, friends. Come along with me. Let's look at this one right here. $59. $59. Dollars, singular. There's 59 of them, so that would be plural. So $59, what does that get you? 14C28N, 7.63 inches of knife, 3.37 inches of blade. You get an excellent ergonomic profile. You get a completely ambidextrous locking system that actually does lock out. I tested this in my video to make sure that their version of the bar lock did not disengage. It does not. These are also high tension Omega springs, which is very, very good. There's a distinct difference between this type of crossbar lock and something, honestly from Benchmade, that they use one type of Omega spring. It's still a little bit thin. These are high tension. They're a little thicker. Just feels better all the way around. Really, really great. Did I mention excellent pocket clip that is fully ambidextrous? It's really, really good for $60. Honestly, it's one of the best deals on the internet right now. And if you have reservations against purchasing from, places like Amazon, which I completely and totally understand, that's kind of a dice roll. I've had some of the crappiest knives I've ever experienced in my life come from Amazon. So if you don't want to do that and you'd rather go with Blade HQ, which in my experience has a substantial night and day, substantially better experience with Blade HQ, then pick one of these up because the Vosteed Raccoon is really that good, right? And if you don't believe me, try it. And if you hate it, then return it, right? But I'm right. So Kershaw Livewire and Magna Cut, definitely one of, if not the very best deals right now when it comes to an American OTF. It's also not just the amount of money you'll pay for it, but the overall quality is the same, if not better, than its competitors. The only American OTF, and I don't mean freaking Ravencrest and all those fake USA brands. I've just started to say it now. I'm not even censoring myself. If you are sitting there thinking that Ravencrest and a bunch of those other brands are actually manufacturing those knives within the United States, God bless you. May God bless you. It's wrong. It's not correct. But the actual USA brands, right? I always say Ravencrest, and then there's another one. There's another one that people are always like, oh, it's made in Texas. Oh, no, it isn't. They have all the parts shipped in from China, and then they got a guy screwing them together in Texas. That's what's happening. That's why you see the same shells on Alibaba and freaking DHgate and all. It's not like, oh, these guys are cloning the Texas folks. Somebody should do something about this. No, you've been bamboozled. That stuff's being shipped in from China, and they're charging you more money for it. That's what's happening. So, sorry. Just imagine it's like a cartoon pie and like circus music. That's what's going on in your life right now. So, let's compare the Kershaw Livewire to the actual USA-made brands, right? The Microtech Ultratech. These are models and brands in the competitive range. Microtech Ultratech, Guardian Tactical Recon 35, and the Axial Shift. That's where we're at there. Honestly, I would put the Ultratech in 4th place. And then this guy is right about where I'd put the Axial Shift, right about there. The only one that I really feel like is superior, and it's just by a little bit, is the Guardian Tactical Recon 35. Just by a bit, right? But these are all really, really close. Axial Shift, Guardian Tactical Recon 35, and Kershaw Livewire. Kershaw Livewire, specifically because the action is almost as smooth as the Recon 35, fires just as hard as any of them, but that price tag is way better. That's really good, and availability is good. Kershaw managed to make something incredible here, and you should not miss out on it. If it's legal to carry OTF switchblades, to own and carry OTF switchblades where you live, and you want a quality USA product, right? And if your brain tells you, oh, I don't pay that much for a Kershaw, well, then you really don't know what you're looking at here. I mean, if you reduce Kershaw to what you've seen in the Walmart knife display, then I don't think you understand Kershaw as a company, right? This is really a super high quality product. The Best Tech Knives TARDIS is actually really cool. I really enjoy this one, and I appreciate that they're using some different G10 colors and doing this two-tone thing. Like this red one here looks awesome. They need to get more of the cyan ones out there for sure. Is that a Beluga? Oh, it's a Beluga, and they got the Beluga here. Okay, there's an all-black Beluga and 14T28 for $48.95 right there. Also, one of the best budget options out there. Really, really great, right? Would make a top 20 list of all time for sure. Just tell you right now, right? I'll let you in all the secrets here. There's another one. If you don't like the all black, just go with the plain one. Is this the big guy? Hold on now. Hold on. It is. It's 8.35 inches. There it is. If you were looking like, what am I going to do this weekend? I got to buy a knife because of course, right? But I don't want to spend that much money. There you go. This or the raccoon, right? I'm not. People always are like, if you watch Metal Complex, he's going to convince you to buy a super duper expensive knife. I might, but the stuff that I'm actually going to push people towards, for the most part, is inexpensive utilitarian stuff, because that just is what makes the most sense. Speaking of that, the Iridium is another great choice. So is the Swordfish. I liked the Swordfish more than I thought. That knife is also a lot bigger than you might think. That looks like a little dinky boy, a little ding dong knife. No, it's actually pretty. It's pretty big. What is this? The Igneo frame lock. Huh. That is a weird looking guy there. They didn't send me that one. This is all right looking. The Orpheus. I kind of like this. I mean, I kind of thought we were maybe over the cleavery stuff. This will cleaver this Wardcliffe. Shut up. Another cartoon pie. Before he even finishes, he just gets the first syllable of Warncliffe, and the pie hits him square in the face. I just make up my own realities for that. I have arguments with myself in my head. My, alternative persona is an annoying, heckler, and I throw pies at them in my mind. It's you know what it is? It's caffeine induced psychosis, right? If you get up too early and you drink a Monster too quickly, that's what happens. So Vivi's doing this thing with Ultim right now, and I think it's actually pretty cool. I have an Ultim Praxis here, and it is there it is right there. The Ultim Praxis, this is a $40, oh, that's the mini Praxis. Okay, hold on. Do they have the large Praxis? This mini. Okay, I have the large Praxis right here, right? You can't see it. You can hear it, right? It could be anything, but I promise you it's the large Praxis. If they have a decent price tag on it, it's not a bad price tag for the mini, but I like Ultim, you know? I wish that it came in different colors, but I do like Ultim very much. Microtech standard issue. Okay, all that's ever left there is the freaking serrated ones. Microtech doesn't seem to understand that, like, the vast majority of people don't want the serrated version, right? If you like serrations, hey, you're lucky because they're in stock way more often. But the ratio of serrated knives to unserrated knives in Microtech's line is not right. For all of the stuff that Tony Marfione gets right, it's like, dude, you make too many serrated knives. That's always what's left over. And I'm not going to say nobody wants them, but far less people want them than the non-serrated ones. Make more of the non-serrated ones. Like, dial it back on the serrated stuff and make more non-serrated stuff. Who's with me? It's just silly. All the stuff that I see in stock is just serrated, Microtech, serrated. And it's like, at some point you would think he would look at retailers and go, huh, these are still here. Like, just make less of them. Not for everything, but, you know, and here we are. Well, no, here's like, we actually have like a perfect ratio here of serrated to non-serrated, right? But I suppose in higher demand stuff, right? The Microtech stitch, for example. How many times have you gone to look for a stitch and the only thing that's in stock is a serrated one, right? Oh, that's kind of what I'm talking about. The stuff that's in much more mass production, you might see, you know, even here or there. Just let me be right. Let me be right. I don't need to explain myself. Okay, hold on. There's literally, we're on the page 11. There's so much stuff here since the last time I did this. How long has it been? There's the blue one. That blue one's pretty sweet. Almost worth the weird, you know, markup. Oh, you want blue? That'll be $15 more. Wait, why? What's the $15 for? Don't worry about it. What's going on? The Baltair is actually a cool Civivi knife, and that thing is big. That is not a little knife. That is a big knife. He a big boy. So, just so you know. Big guy there. Moving on here. So a lot of people ask me about my AKC Roma. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about AKC. Let's read this review before I tell you. Let's read this 5-star review. And then I'll give you my review. Where is this? It needed a little TLC to get it to function correctly, and I changed the finish to give it a little better look. Now it's my favorite swing guard. Okay, fair enough. Let me give you my opinion. The AKCs are garbage. I do not like these, and the photos do the actual quality of this knife no justice. It really is terrible. That is not what I would recommend at this price. This knife should be $30, and even then, it's kind of ugh, right? The AGA Campolans are what you're looking for. AGA Campolan. Yes, you will spend a lot more money, but there is a very obvious difference between the quality of those two different production swing guards, right? So there you go. The Military 2. Honestly, I thought this thing would be selling a lot faster. It's confusing to me. I don't know why. Part of it's the price tag, sure, right? I mean, we can always complain about the price. That's easy. It's easy to do. The easiest thing, in fact, you know what? The easiest thing in the whole world to do is complain about the price tag. That's what everybody does, right? Price is too high. I agree. But I wonder how many people don't know that this is a compression lock now. Like a lot of people remember Spyderco, just change the clip. No one is carrying these tip down. No one. Everybody is switching them. What is the deal with that? I mean, okay, there's like Bill's like, oh, I do. I also carry it on the outside of my pocket. I got my cell phone and my cell phone holster on one side, okay, for tactical, like, you never know, like, hello, Mr. President? Yes, I was ready. Yeah, you got to be ready, man. And I also got my knife. I got my pocket clip in my pocket. I mean, that's why they call it a pocket clip, because it goes in the pocket. And I got the knife on the outside. Outside of those guys, nobody's carrying these tipped down, okay? Just switch it. These are compression locks, is what I was saying. Oh my God. This is the weirdest walkthrough of Blade HQ we've ever done. I wonder if Blade HQ watches these. I know they know I do it. They never asked me to do it. I started doing it. I just wonder if Blade HQ ever watches these and they're like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? Hold on. I want to see if there's anything else here before I switch over. Yeah, I want to go to coming soon real quick. Just real quick here. Oh, the 80 20.5 slicer? What is this? And they have one in Ultim. Ooh, hello. And of course, we got the Micro Jimbo. We got the... How long have these been coming, right? These have been coming soon forever. Button lock, Elementum 2, Ultim. Okay, pretty cool. Baby Banter. Civivi Elementum 2 pen knife. Combo ivory. That's okay. That's kind of neat, actually. There's the large one. $60. Worth it. This is a cool knife. I love mine. I'm honestly not sure if I'm supposed to tell you I have it. I have it. Oh, they got more Exitons coming. One of the best Wii knives ever created. We're going to go back to those Demkos. Don't worry. I'm definitely not supposed to tell you that I may or may not have this. Guys, this is unlike any... There's only one Wii knife that's ever been made that even approaches this thing. And that is the... I think it's the Wii Cybernetic. This knife that I definitely do not have here with me right now. Definitely. Number one is an integral. It's an integral. And I don't know why they call it a solid frame. Listen, Wii and Blade HQ, you have to put integral in here. That's a huge detail that you're leaving out here, because otherwise people look at the price and they're like, meh, right? People who know what an integral is all of a sudden go, oh, wow, okay, well, that changes everything, right? And if you don't know, this is a very good price for a Chinese integral, especially considering the incredible quality of this knife. Observant folks will point out that this is clearly a GTC collaboration, that is correct. This is a GTC, and it is freaking huge. It's almost 9 inches. It has the GTC spring-loaded flipper tab too, which is really cool. This is the best GTC collab that I can ever remember handling. If you want a real GTC, you're going to pay well over $1,000. Easily. Sometimes a lot more than that. This Silver Bead Blast version in particular is ridiculously nice. This is a stupidly nice knife. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to be beating down doors for a $450 pocket knife, and certainly not one that kind of looks like robot poop. But, I mean, I'm sorry to plant that image in your head. Truthfully, GTC is known for these weird lines. I mean, look at this. You see right here? This is a relief cut for the frame lock. They also carved that same spot into the other side and had it sort of meld geometrically with the other weird lines on the knife, which is really cool. It gives it an actual, like a symmetrical look. It's just beautiful. The compound grind is unreal. Look at all these lines. Unreal. Truthfully, I think we priced this thing perfectly. $450 is fair, and that's usually not what I say about Wii knives. This is one to watch. If you like GTC, you like integrals, right? If you like larger knives, this is the one. I definitely don't have this knife, and I definitely have not already handled it and looked it all the way over. But I would go ahead and, for very specific people, I'd go ahead and definitely recommend it. Let's go back to these. Are these Blade HQ exclusives? What makes this a slicer grind? Because the nose is down? Okay, all right. Is this, what's the, oh, it's G10. All right, G10 and 20 CV. Okay, all right. Exclusive G10, exclusive grade G. This is a Blade HQ exclusive, that's why. Okay, so you have been made aware. I will likely use this for the thumbnail because I'm the king of clickbait, right? So yeah, you've been made aware now that this is coming. You can pre-order it. It's worth 1,325 blue crowns. So if you're short on blue crowns, right? What's the ratio of how many blue crowns to buy a pound of sandwich turkey? I don't know. It's worth a lot. That's a lot of blue crowns, 1,325. But in all seriousness, this does actually look pretty cool. And should be modifiable with some of those sweet original goat scales, because I know a lot of you guys are buying these things to modify them, which I agree with. You should modify these. These are some of the very best DDC folding knives ever, not in any specific territory, just ever. But original goat, for example, they're linked down in the description. Use my link to get 15% off. Oh man, it sounds so funny saying that. I gotta develop a radio voice for when I plug those links. You can get some pretty awesome scales that are made in the USA. If you like G10, then great. But if you want something cool, hey, a 20 CV SLICER 80-20.5. Let me tell you, if you haven't been convinced to spend a whole lot of money on a knife yet, something like this will do it. I'm not saying do it. I mean, like, climb the ladder, go at your own pace. But if you're here, this would be one to grab. This is pretty cool. So I think that's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This was a goofy episode. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.